Adesina Koiki here at ACC Operation Basketball, the Media Days for the Atlantic Coast Conference, kicking off the 2014-2015 season. And I am joined by Olivier Hanlan, the leading returning scorer in the Atlantic Coast Conference coming to this season. And first of all, Olivier, how does that title sound?
Sounds pretty good, but this year we're just trying to focus on the team goals and how the team's doing. So that's obviously fun being a leading scorer, but there's a lot of other things to focus on now.
One of the things you have to focus on is a new head coach, Jim Christian, coming over, former Kent State boss. What have you learned from Coach Christian in the first few months that he has been there and teaching you guys his new system and his personality?
He's a big fan of defense. Sometimes during practice we do more defense than offense. So that's one of the focal points this year in terms of just the whole process and the whole training camp. But, he's an energetic guy. He loves doing what he does. And, he relates good to the players, especially the guards.
Are you a big fan of defense?
I'm a big fan of defense this year. So, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot easier whenever, he holds everybody accountable for defense and everybody's playing defense. So it makes it a lot easier on everybody to just kind of dig in and play hard.
What makes things easier on defense from maybe a season or a couple of seasons ago? Is it a certain adjustment? Is it something where a light clicks on? What makes playing defense a little easier?
When I mean easier, is just the five players on the court are playing it. Everybody's going 100%. When you look to your right or your left and you see somebody giving it his all, you just want to give it your all too. So.
Now, last season, not the season that you guys had wanted, but there were so many close games that you had, and I know you're laughing because you're looking back at it and going, yes, I know how many close games we were in that we didn't pull through. How discouraging was it, and is it just a case of, hey, that was last season, those close games are going to go our way this season?
I just feel I look at the future right now. You can't do nothing about the past, so we changed a few things in terms of how we focused on defense a bit more this year, and it's crazy how you kind of realize. I realized after my 2 years in college that every possession counts. So if you lose by one or two, it could be the difference of one stop, one rebound, one missed shot, or one block out. So it just shows you how defense should be one of the main focus for every team.
You're a Quebecer, right, from Canada, yes, and so many players now in the NBA and in college, an influx of Canadian talent into America, into college basketball, into the NBA. Who was your influence while you were in Quebec, in Canada? Who was your influence growing up in Canada? Influences.
Yeah, definitely the last couple of years, a lot of Canadians have been made to the NBA, but one of my influences would be, from a Canadian standpoint, Steve Nash, definitely. Just him being a point guard and me also being a point guard. He's having a great career. Obviously, he got these last few years, little bumps and bruises, but his whole NBA career was pretty amazing to me.
Olivier Hanlan, thank you so very much for joining us, and best of success to you and the Eagles in the 2014-2015 season.
Thanks for having me.